Hi, my name is Emilia Migliaccio. I started playing golf when I was 9 years old. I just graduated from Wake Forest University, and this is my story on why I decided not to turn professional and play professional golf and what I'm doing now. I fell in love with the game of golf when I was about 9 years old. That's when I played my first ever tournament. But over the years, I also played soccer. So when I was around 12, I started to just play golf. And I mean, there wasn't really a place where I could pinpoint when I fell in love with the game, but over time I started to realize the opportunities that I had through golf. I get to travel a lot. I met so many friends. I have friends all over the country and the world. And I got to go to a great university, Wake Forest. So over time I started to realize how many incredible opportunities the game of golf kind of provided for me. This passion has impacted my life in so many ways. Like I said, I've been able to travel the world. I've been to Nagoya, Japan, Evian, France, different places in Canada. I've been to Mexico, Lima, Peru. I played in the Pan American Games in 2019, which is all of the Americas going for gold medals in various different sports. And I've been able to, practice at great facilities. It's pretty cool. You get to kind of go in holes in the wall, like random places in the world, and all of a sudden there's a beautiful golf course that pops up. But I really think just the people that I have met, especially here at McGregor Downs, they've watched me since I was a little girl and have watched my journey throughout my junior career and college career. And now I'm kind of here with golf. So it's been an incredible journey. My favorite memory at McGregor Downs, it's funny, COVID kind of brought a lot of people down, and there was a lot of, just people were sick and things were shut down. But luckily our golf course stayed open and I got to play with so many members. And normally I'm kind of doing my own thing, I'm focused. I have a lot of tournaments in the summer, so I don't really get to see a lot of people, but I kind of played with the same group all summer, and I actually made 2 hole-in-ones during the summer of COVID. It was on number 16 and number 8. So that was pretty cool to be able to do that, but really just all the members that I got to play with, it was pretty special. My family has impacted my golf career in every which way. My mom was the one who taught me how to be disciplined. I was the one that told her, I want to play professional and I want to be the best in the world one day. And she was like, okay, well, if that's what you want, these are the steps that you need to take to get there. So, you can't really go to sleepovers every weekend and, hang out with friends in the afternoon. You need to practice. And throughout her training and coaching, I really learned what it took. And over the years, she started to be like, okay, Emilia, let's take a little break. And I'm like, no, I need to, practice my chipping. So that was really important for me to learn. And when I just told both my mom and my dad that, I don't know if I want to turn professional anymore, they were so supportive because they also always told me, Emilia, no matter what you do, if you don't decide to play professional golf, you can be successful in anything. And even though, it's been hard, golf has been such a big part of my identity, and professional golf specifically, being a professional athlete since I was a collegiate athlete. But I think that reinforcement that I can still do other things and be good at other things made my decision just a little bit easier, and I was able to transition better. But their support was everything. To someone struggling with performance anxiety, I would first tell them that it's so normal, that if you research any of the best athletes in the world, there's some article that discusses their performance anxiety. On Netflix, there's different documentaries about athletes who have gone through ups and downs and faced obstacles. And if you really listen to athletes in interviews, post-match and stuff, they'll bring it up. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to remember you're not alone. But even when you know that there's many people who struggle with performance anxiety, you can still feel alone. And I think kind of writing it out in a personal narrative really helped me, because I was able to write out how I was feeling, but then also write out how I was going to move forward and become stronger. So that way of kind of creativity really allowed me to kind of help just deal with performance anxiety and kind of get the weight off my shoulder. And I also spoke with a sports psychologist. I spoke with someone who's a professional at how to deal with emotions and mixed emotions and fear and doubt and success and all of that mixed together. So I really think it's key to have a good support system, but also every individual is unique. So while it's helpful to ask players, how they overcame or how they deal with anxiety or anything in that area, it's also kind of a journey that you have to figure out yourself and not something that you can just kind of pick apart from a bunch of other people, that you really have to get to know yourself. And for me, journaling and writing is a great way to do that. People have reacted so well on my decision to not turn pro. Everyone at the club, when my mom first told them, because I was still at school, and she started telling a couple people that we're really close with, hey, Emilia's decided that she doesn't want to turn professional, she's gonna work for the Golf Channel. And they were ecstatic. They know how hard I work, but they also know that that wasn't for nothing. That doesn't mean that I can't use my hard work and skills in another arena. And so that meant a lot to me. I know when I put out my personal narrative on the internet, I actually deleted my social media because I didn't want to get worried about what people would say. But I started getting message after message on my phone, and they were all really supportive, friends that I hadn't talked to in months or a couple years. And I went back on my Instagram, and there was just so many messages flooded with support and people who could relate to it, people that I didn't even know. And so while it was amazing to have the people around me in full support. My coaches, both of my coaches were like, we're gonna make sure you have the best senior year you can with college golf. And I did. At the end of nationals, I was like, oh, I don't want to leave. I want to keep going. And I was happy to have that back. That's what I wanted. I want to enjoy the game. But having just many people message me and just talk about their experience, it was really cool. Yeah, in my personal narrative, I wrote, there's so much beauty in the uncertain. And for me, that was a really powerful line. It came into my head and I was like, oof, wrote it down, because I've always thought so much about my future goals and what's next. And that's how people become successful. You're working on your projects, but then you're thinking ahead to how you can do better. And that's great. But at the same time, if you're always thinking about your next goals or your future, you're not able to appreciate what you're doing in the moment and what you're achieving currently. And so for me, that was something that I really needed to take on and embrace, the beauty in the uncertain, because I don't know what my life will look like 5 years down the road. I can have goals, and I do have goals. I can have dreams, but I can't hold on to them so hard, because I think that's what starts to elevate that pressure and anxiety, because you're trying to have this straight upward path, but that's not how life works at all. And there's this one analogy that I was told of a person training for a marathon, and they finish the marathon, they actually finish first place, but then they keep running. And it's like they keep running because they didn't even know they crossed the finish line, because they're always chasing to the next thing. And that really stuck with me, and I think that's kind of where that line came from, and something that I'm truly gonna embrace and hold on to. I have found a new passion in writing. I'm currently a freelance writer for the Golf Channel, and it's really cool. I've always enjoyed fiction writing and writing stories, but in this job, I interview professional athletes, professional golfers, and I write a story on them. And I think it's really cool for me because I can really connect with the players, and I really try to pick their brain and just see what they're going through and learn about their journey and their process and their mindset. And it's just really satisfying to be able to craft just a beautiful piece on them and to elevate them. And so I think it's really cool to be able to use writing to empower other people, and specifically other women. To my fans and those who have supported me over the years, I just want to say a huge thank you. I can't get anywhere without support, and I've had so much support from everyone at McGregor, everyone at Wake Forest University, my entire family, not just my mom, dad, and sister, but also all my relatives and my friends, even my high school friends. They didn't really know much about golf, but they were always very excited to hear what I had to say, and that's really special and means a lot to me. And I would also say, please continue to support me. I'm still going to be out there. I'm going to be in the golf industry right now. I'll be writing. I just did an on-air piece for the U.S. Girls Junior, so you heard my voice, not necessarily my face. But yeah, just thank you so much for all the support, and I'm excited to move forward, and I hope that you guys come along with me. My next steps, I'm still going to be writing for the Golf Channel. It will be a little on and off because I'm going to graduate school at Wake Forest for communication. So I'll be writing a thesis and doing all that. I'm also going to intern in the athletic department at Wake Forest and be a teacher's assistant. So I'll be teaching 20 hours a week. My first class will be public speaking, so that'll be interesting to talk to freshmen about that. But I'm also excited for opportunities in broadcast with Golf Channel and NBC. And I'm just excited for what's to come, and I'm not going to think too much about what's ahead and have my goals, but really enjoy the moment. And I'll still be out here at McGregor whenever I can.